go. I'm live, maybe. Looks like I'm going good on Twitch. Just double check I'm audible. Oh, let's go. I am very audible. I'm going to close that audibility so I'm not distracted by it. Nothing like hearing your own echo, right? It's like so distracting. Alright, well, I am going to jump right in. Press any button to start. I'm going to scooch back in my chair, adjust this microphone, and continue for my last day of the game. People like you more if you have a high personality. And look, that ghost. Still after me. I don't like that. Inventory. Let me equip this. And wait, where was I going to go? I was going to go, whoops, on the map somewhere. This way. So I should just straight up head this way. Let's go east. I don't need to look at the other stuff. Yeah, let's just go that way. It's probably safer. East, this way. Away from whatever that ghost is that's trying to follow me. Holy. Oh, look at this guy. That's right. Don't come after me, maybe. Take that. East.
Your presence here will not be tolerated. I've fought mud crabs more fearsome than you.
I don't know who you are. Why you have such a problem with me? Are you done? This guy. What's this guy's problem? Conjurer. Take that. Minor enervation tome. What is that? Sorry, dude doesn't need that. I guess those... Oh my gosh, it is persistent. It is still after me. I don't like this. I want to find out what that tome was. You can still see me. Alright, I'm just going to check my inventory. Because I want to see what that is. Is it something that I can read? Minor enervation. Do you want to add a minor enervation to your spell list? Sure. Drain fatigue, 15 points for 15 seconds on target. School of Destruction. Cool. All right. Let me actually equip that. See if I can get that ghost off of me. Right? A target. Flare. A minor enervation. Let me try this first. There it is. There we go. Get out of here. Ghost. Ectoplasm. I'm taking that. Let's go. I'm glad. Yeah, right? Welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out. Roland Jenserk's cabin. Alright, I'm gonna head east. It seems like it might be an interesting place. Hey, Nimonama, welcome. Thanks for coming to hang out. Hope you're doing well too. I got rid of that ghost. It was still following. What is that? And what was that noise? Something sounded maybe like it didn't like me. Like Conjurer didn't like me. I should just assume everything doesn't like me. Roland. Jenseric's cabin. Knock knock. Ooh. Take that. Hard. Well, I'll come back. I really want to try to see if I can get to a town or something. Because I got some stuff I want to sell, right? Look at this. It's beautiful. Was that a horse I heard? Oh, you know what? System. Turn the music back on. Whoops. I turned it off for while I was doing the recordings. There we go. Confirm. I even said to myself, yeah, don't forget to turn it on back on before you stream. There we go. It's a little bit more ambient. This is looking like a path over here. I'm going to take the path. Barren cave, though. Well, I want to see what that's about. It was still following up until I torched it. I took out a flame spell, which I didn't realize I had. Are you a friendly dog, or are you going to try to bite me? Oof. Gimme. I should just assume that everything wants to kill me, right? Oh, who are you? Are you gonna try to kill me too?
Good morning.
Good morning. Just a paint
I'm
horse.
waiting.
For what? Rumors.
There were lights spotted at Sundercliff Watch. That place was cursed by Mehrunes Dagon himself. Oh, best not to go there.
Okay. Thank you.
Leave me alone.
You got it. Let's go to this barren cave. That seems cool. What's this? Ginseng plant. Water hyacinth. Oh, it's so beautiful. The water. I can't capture dragonflies. That's fine. I don't need to. Ooh, look at this. This is really quite beautiful. I love it. I know, piece of candy, right? Ooh, piece of candy. I know, so much, but you know what? I got St. John's wort. Okay. Nern root. That one wasn't quite as noisy. Look at this. It's lovely. Okay, I was gonna this cave, barren cave. I'm not gonna just walk away from this primrose though. How barren is this barren cave? What's in it? Barrel? I don't really want that. Oh, excuse me. Let's check it out. I can't read any of those, like, tips. Let's sneak. The location wipe that happens when you approach is really neat. Oh, let's go. I didn't even notice it, but I'll try to pay attention. Probably should get something to arm myself with. Should I just assume that they're gonna get me? Now, if it doesn't say bandit, I'm in trouble. Hopefully it was a bandit. Look at all these coffins, though. Oh, it's a vampire assassin. Alright, well, I'm glad that I, just went for it. Over encumbered? Whoops. Okay, again, I'm over encumbered. System. I need to go back to inventory. I have a lot of stuff. Okay. I don't need that. Don't need all these spur boots, right? I should wear these ones. Can drop the others. Don't need those or that. Alright, there's a little bit more room. Vampires. Oh, there's one right there. How come they didn't see me? Then again, how come I didn't see it? So goes both ways, right? Because all these tombs? Oh my. I'll loot the coffins. Yes, please. Just want like money and stuff. And petty soul gems. I should be able to sell those, right? Someone would be like, what's going on down there? I'd be like, nothing. No one's here. More coffins. What's in here? Torches. I feel like I'm going to be compelled to pick up every torch I can see. Where are you going? He's just sort of floating backwards. I think this guy was just as scared of me as I was scared of him. Probably don't need all these arrows. There's another dude over there. And a skeleton. Go investigate. It's just like, ugh, this again. Worst part of the job, right? I didn't want the bone meal. That's okay. I'm not very good at... Ew, headless zombie? Gross. Look, there's another one. What did they do with them? Why do they have them? Vampire warrior. Sorry, not sorry. Very easy. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'll take all of that. Alright, where else are we going? that continues. What is this? Was there not another one? I thought there was another one. Take all of that. Or is it just the one? A pilgrim. All right. I'm glad I remembered about the music. Let's see what's going this way. Over there, there's something. Nothing behind me, right? Wisp stalks. Gosh, the plants look cool. Alright, just making sure there's nothing behind me. It's over here. Patriarch. Iron cuirass. It's pretty heavy. I feel like that will impede me rather than assist me. What's this? Take that money. This is neat, like those little holes to let the light in. This is like a little altar of something. Ooh, looks like there's bones and stuff or something there. Speaking of bones and stuff, ew. Just like a giant, like, iron kettle filled with skulls. Is this a headless zombie again? Gross, what are they doing with them? All the little bugs and stuff are like really like add to that like ooh. Ooh. What's up here though? Oh, what's over here? Ooh, piece of candy. You know what? I want to see this first. Alright, that's a dude that I did in. Okay, that's like the first guy there. So I'll go down here. It's going up. This is, oh, just a chest. Take those. I still don't know how to use the repair hammer, but I'll figure it out, right? Huh?
Who's there?
Oh, there you are. You are camouflaged.
I'd better cut down on the ale.
Yep. I can help you with that. Huh? Who's there? No more ale for him. Forever. That's exactly right. Really? That over encumbered me. Fine. I'll drop like 200. I don't need this many arrows, right? Yeah, I didn't. Enjoy your arrows. Oh my. That was unexpected. Cool. That was neat. There's like a little secret cave there. Alright. I don't know how to tell whether I did everything I was supposed to do. But I think I went everywhere. I got some good loot. Sorry, vampires. Not sorry. Oh, that was fun. Just sleeping around like that. Cool. Tour to the Heartlands. Alright, I was heading east. Oh, it's lovely. See if I can come across. Where was it going to? Cheydinhal? Black Waterside Stables. That sounds interesting. Oh, I like the bird sounds and stuff. Oh, this is Cheydinhal. Okay, I made it. Maybe I will chat.
What is it, Mothsera? If you want to buy a horse, go inside and talk to Tovis.
Okay, Cheydinhal.
Tovis knows his horses, and I'll stay with him and these beautiful creatures. Forever.
Aw. Rumors.
Naspia Cosma is really skilled with her blade. It's a shame she doesn't compete in the arena.
It's
Take
a
care.
shame. Knights of the Thorn Lodge. Wait, I wanted to see here. Let's go inside. Let's have a chat. Yo! You're the horse guy?
Well, I own the Black Waterside Stables. Are you shopping for a horse?
Nah, I just wanted to chat.
I can
Cheydinhal.
tell you our Blacks are the fastest, toughest, most reliable horses in Cyrodiil.
Okay. Rumors.
Anyone looking for work should consider the Fighters Guild. I hear they're always looking for recruits.
Oh, I was really thirsty. Holy. I don't want to buy a horse.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. Can I read this? 10 Commands, 9 Divines. The 10 Commands of the 9 Divines. By the intercession of Saint Alessia, you may be so filled with grace and the strength and wisdom that comes from grace, that through these teachings you may come to the true meaning of the 9 Divines and their glories. To convey to man's mind all the manifold subtleties of truth and virtue may not be done. Were all the seas ink and all the skies the parchment upon which their wisdoms were writ. Yet Akatosh in his wisdom, knowing how impatient is man, and how loath he is to travel upon the hard roads of truth, has allowed these 10 simple commands to be made manifest with powerful clarity and concise definition. 1. Stendar says, be kind and generous to the people of Tamriel. Protect the weak, heal the sick, and give to the needy. 2. RK says, honor the earth, its creatures, and the spirits, living and dead. guard and tend the bounties of the mortal world, and do not profane the spirits of the dead. Mara says, live soberly and peacefully, honor your parents, and preserve the peace and security of home and family. 4. Zenithar says, work hard and you will be rewarded. Spend wisely and you will be comfortable. Never steal or you will be punished. 5. Talos says, be strong for war. Be bold against enemies and evil and defend the people of Tamriel. 6. Kinnereth says, use nature's gifts wisely. Respect her power and fear her fury. 7. Jabella says, open your heart to the noble secrets of art and love. Treasure the gifts of friendship. Seek joy and inspiration in the mysteries of love. 8. Julianos says, know the truth. Observe the law. When in doubt, seek wisdom from the wise. 9. Akatosh says, serve and obey your emperor. Study the covenants. Worship the 9. Do your duty and heed the commands of the saints and priests. 10. The 9 say, above all else, be good to one another. If only each man might look into the mirror of these commands and see reflected there the bliss that might enfold them, were he to serve in strict obedience to these commands, he would be cast down and made contrite and humble. The obedient man may come to the altars of the 9 and be blessed, and may receive the comfort and healing of the 9, and may give thanks for his manifold blessings. Heedless, the wicked man turns away, and forsaking the simple wisdoms granted to him by the all-wise and all-knowing 9, he lives in sin and ignorance all the days of his life. He bears the awful burden of his crimes, and before men and God his wickedness is known, and neither blessing nor comfort may he expect from the altars and shrines of the 9. Yet the wicked and foolish are not doomed, for in their infinite mercies the 9 have said, repent and do good works, and the fountains of grace shall once more spill forth upon you. Repent your crimes. Tender unto the emperor the fines of gold, that they may be used to spread the faith and its benefits to all men. Do yourself good works. Redeem your infamy by shining deeds. Show to all men and the 9 the good fame of the righteous man, and you may once again approach the altars and shrines of the chapel to receive the comfort and blessings of the 9. I feel like that would be stealing. I'm gonna read your books, though. A children's Anuad? The Anuad paraphrased. The first ones were brothers, Anu and Padome. They came into the void and time began. As Anu and Padome wandered the void, the interplay of light and darkness created Nier. Both Anu and Padome were amazed and delighted with her appearance, but she loved Anu, and Padome retreated from them in bitterness. Nier became pregnant, but before she gave birth, Padome returned, professing his love for Nier. She told him that she loved only Anu, and Padome beat her in rage. Anu returned, fought Padome, and cast him outside time. Nier gave birth to creation, but died from her injuries soon after. Anu, grieving, hid himself in the sun and slept. Meanwhile, life sprang up on the 12 worlds of creation and flourished. After many ages, Padome was able to return to time. He saw creation and hated it. He swung his sword, shattering the 12 worlds in their alignment. Anu awoke and fought Padome again. The long and furious battle ended with Anu the victor. He cast aside the body of his brother, who he believed was dead, and attempted to save creation by forming the remnants of the 12 worlds into one, Nirn, the world of Tamriel. As he was doing so, Padome struck him through the chest with one last blow. Anu grappled with his brother and pulled them both outside of time forever. The blood of Padome became the Daedra. The blood of Anu became the stars. The mingled blood of both became the Aedra, hence their capacity for good and evil, and their greater affinity for earthly affairs than the Daedra, who have no connection to creation. On the world of Nirn all was chaos. The only survivors of the 12 worlds of creation were the Elnofe and the Hist. The Elnofe were the ancestors of Mer and Men. The Hist are the trees of Argonia. Nirn originally was all land with interspersed seas, but no oceans. A large fragment of the Elnofe world landed on Nirn relatively intact, and the Elnofe living there were the ancestors of the mare. These Elnofe fortified their borders from the chaos outside, hid their pocket of calm, and attempted to live on as before. Other Elnofe arrived on Nirn scattered amid the confused jumble of the shattered worlds, wandering and finding each other over the years. Eventually, the wandering Elnofe found the hidden land of old Elnofe, and were amazed and joyful to find their kin living amid the splendor of ages past. The wandering Elnofe expected to be welcomed into the peaceful realm, but the old Elnofe looked on them as degenerates, fallen from their former glory. For whatever reason, war broke out and raged across the whole of Nirn. The old Elnofe retained their ancient power and knowledge, but the Wanderers were more numerous and toughened by their long struggle to survive on Nirn. This war reshaped the face of Nirn, sinking much of the land beneath new oceans, and leaving the lands as we know them: Tamriel, Akavir, Atmora, and Yakuta. The old Elnofe realm, although ruined, became Tamriel. The remnants of the Wanderers were left divided on the other 3 continents. Over many years, the Elnofe of Tamriel became the Mare, elves, the Dwemer, the Deep Ones, sometimes called dwarves, the Kaimer, the Changed Ones, who later became the Dunmer, the Dunmer, the Dark or Cursed Ones, the Dark Elves, the Bosmer, the Green or Forest Ones, the Wood Elves, and the Altmer, the Elder or High Ones, the High Elves. In the other continents, the wandering Elnofe became the Men, the Nords of Atmora, the Redguards of Yokuda, and the Tsayaski of Akavir. The Hist were bystanders in the Elnofe War, but most of their realm was destroyed as the war passed over it. A small corner of it survived to become Blackmarsh and Tamriel, but most of their realm was sunk beneath the sea. Eventually, men returned to Tamriel. The Nords were first colonizing the northern coast of Tamriel before recorded history, led by the legendary Iskramor. The 13th of his line, King Harold, was the first to appear in written history, and so the mythic era ended. Well, I'm not going to steal this book.
May I help you?
No, I'm just helping myself to all of your books that you just have lying around. I think that I would like to read. Almost. Hey, Mad Moto Man, welcome.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Sorry, just looking at your books here. Another one. Gods and Worship. An overview of Gods and Worship at Tamriel by Brother Hetchfeld. Editor's note: Brother Hetchfeld is an associate scribe at the Imperial University Office of Introductory Studies. Gods are commonly judged upon the evidence of their interest in worldly matters. A central belief in the active participation of deities in mundane matters can be challenged by the reference to apparent apathy and indifference on the part of gods during times of plague or famine. From intervention in legendary quests to manifestations in common daily life, no pattern for the gods of Tamriel activities is readily perceived. The concerns of gods in many ways may seem unrelated or at best unconcerned with the daily trials of the mortal realm. The exceptions do exist, however. Many historical records and legends point to the direct intervention of one or more gods at times of great need. Many heroic tales recount blessings of the divinity bestowed upon heroic figures who worked or quested for the good of a deity or the deity's temple. Some of the more powerful artifacts in the known world were originally bestowed upon their owners through such reward. It has also been reported that priests of high ranking in their temples may on occasion call upon their deity for blessings or help in time of need. The exact nature of such contact and the blessing bestowed is given too much speculation, as the temples hold such associations secret and holy. This direct contact gives weight to the belief that the gods were aware of the mortal realm. In many circumstances, however, these same gods will do nothing in the face of suffering and death, seeming to feel no need to interfere. It is thus possible to conclude that we, as mortals, may not be capable of understanding more than a small fraction of the reasoning and logics such beings use. One defining characteristic of all gods and goddesses is their interest in worship and deeds. Deeds in the form of holy quests are just one of the many things that bring the attention of a deity. Deeds in everyday life, by conforming to the statutes and obligations of individual temples, are commonly supposed to please a deity. Performance of ceremony in a temple may also bring a deity's attention. Ceremonies vary according to the individual deity. The results are not always apparent, but sacrifice and offerings are usually required to have any hope of gaining a deity's attention. While direct intervention in daily temple life has been recorded, the exact nature of the presence of a god in daily mundane life is a subject of controversy. A traditional saying of the Wood Elves is that one man's miracle is another man's accident. While some gods are believed to take an active part of daily life, others are well known for their lack of interest in temporal affairs. It has been theorized that gods do in fact gain strength from such things as worship through praise, sacrifice, and deed. It may even be theorized that the number of worshippers a given deity has may reflect on his overall position among the other gods. This is my own conjecture, garnered from the apparent ability of the larger temples to attain blessings and assistance from their god with greater ease than smaller religious institutions. There are reports of the existence of spirits in our world that have the same capacity to use the actions and deeds of mortals to strengthen themselves as do the gods. The understanding of the exact nature of such creatures would allow us to understand with more clarity the connection between a deity and the deity's worshippers. The implication of the existence of such spirits leads to the speculation that these spirits may even be capable of raising themselves to the level of a god or goddess. Motusuo of the Imperial Seminary has suggested that these spirits may be the remains of gods and goddesses who, through time lost all or most of their following, reverting to their earliest, most basic form. Practitioners of the old ways say that there are no gods, just greater and lesser spirits. Perhaps it is possible for all three theories to be true. I do want to steal these books. This guy probably wouldn't like that, though. I'll just remember that they're there. Alright. Black Waterside Stables. Well, look at this. Cheydinhal West Gate. Hello.
I'm listening. What can I do for you?
Can look me in the eyes. Rumors.
I spoke with Deetsan at the Mages Guild recently. I've never seen someone so happy about being in the guild.
Directions.
What are you looking for?
Where are the guilds?
The guilds are west of the river, south of the West Gate.
Walks into private home, reads all the books, and walks out. That's exactly what I
What are you looking
did.
for?
All right, where are the services?
A smith, bookshop, and general trader are west of the river, near the West Gate.
A bookshop, you say?
What are you looking for?
Where can I sleep?
Both inns are next to the West Gate.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
Tell me about landmarks.
The castle is north, on the hill. The guilds and shops are west of the river. The homes are east of the river.
Okay, thank you.
Take care.
You too. Let's go check it out. Oh, this is cool.
Something I can help you with.
Oh, you again. Rumors.
There's been some terrible trouble at the chapel in Anvil. All of Debella's priests and priestesses murdered.
Jeez.
Farewell.
That is terrible. Howland's Lodge. Cheydinhal Bridge Inn. This is pretty cool. Oh, it's lovely. Let's go and check this out. Newland's Lodge. Don't mind me. Hey, what's up?
By what right do you disturb me?
Just
Get
chatting.
lost, or I'll pull your arm off.
Really? What about you?
It's you, yeah? I don't care who you are. I ain't talking to you. You ain't from around here, so push off.
You just did talk to me. Tell me about
Treasure
Cheydinhal.
holes near Cheydinhal? Not close by. Fort Nassau and Fort Passien, though. Bad news. Undead, and then some. But far out and foul enough, you'll get plenty of action.
Alright.
Stop talking.
I will.
Hello.
I want Bazur.
Yeah, I'm Bazur Grogars. I got protection from the Orem gang, so don't mess with me, or they'll fillet you real good.
Really? Bazur Grogars.
Boss Uglies and Cheydinhal are the Orems. Don't mean nothing to you. You is the outside. Just stay outside, and everything's Mr. Tinker. Got me?
You bet, Mr. Tinker, indeed.
Enough talk.
Yep. We're Mr. Tinker, don't worry about that. Hello.
What?
Dervera.
Welcome to the Newlands Lodge, the best place to drink in Cheydinhal, not counting the chapel. I'm Dervera Ramallah. This is a
She's
dark
funny.
elf bar. Cursing, spitting, and screaming, no problem. Fighting is fine with me too, only the guard objects, and they'll fine you or lock you up. Not my call.
Alright. Give me some rumors.
Everyone's talking about the assassination, of course. Here, take my copy of the new Black
Oh
Horse Courier.
my.
Go ahead, keep it.
Let's go. Ooh. Any more
Anyone
rumors?
looking for work should consider the Fighters Guild. I hear they're always looking for recruits.
Let's go.
Here you
Cheydinhal.
have your chapel-going Imperials and your chapel-dodging Dark Elves, and never shall the twain meet. The Imperials have the gold, houses, and top spots. Dark Elves like me left Morrowind and the whole priest-ridden tribunal nightmare. And we take the whole patriotic Imperial mission attitude with a dose of salt.
Alright. What about a bed?
I do have a bed available for 10 gold a night. Would you like to rent it?
No thanks.
Suit yourself.
Thanks, but I might come back, okay?
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you, yeah. Got all this cool stuff. Don't worry, I'm not gonna bother.
Annoying creature.
Just having a look around. Just meeting people, such as your lovely selves. See ya. What's up here? Who are
How
you?
can I help you today, friend?
Oh, Gwilbert,
Is there something
Jermaine.
I can do for you?
Maybe? Tell me some
The
rumors.
Fighters Guild is recruiting again. Not a bad way to make some money, if you've got the stones for it.
Alright.
Good day to you.
Is this your room? You fiddling with the lock here? He's like, nope. She's like, not me, I was just looking out the window. See ya. I went in there already. Alright, let's get out of here.
Annoying creature.
Don't mind me. Who are you?
I'm Arandel, living saint of Arkay, and the chapel's chief crusader against the wicked practice of necromancy.
Oh, is that so? The Anvil Chapel attack?
The worst thing is, no one even knows what happened. People heard the screams, but when they broke down the chapel doors, everyone was already dead.
Sounds terrifying. Rumors?
There are some quality books at Maknar's. Just don't catch him when
I
he's
gotta
in
go
a
find
bad
these
mood.
quality books. Double wide. Hey, JM Hop.
It's a scandal that the Mages Guild has tolerated practice of the black arts among its members for so long.
Thanks for coming to hang
The
out.
current
Hope you're doing well.
Archmage, Hannibal Traven, is true and bold to prohibit necromancy, reversing the Guild's shameful past policies of official tolerance.
Oh, a Randall. You.
Take care.
Thank you. I will. He's very, like... Dude, I just want to check this out. The Bridge Inn. I want to see what this is. Someone dropped something? Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Oh.
Mariana and Sharia, hostess of Cheydinhal Bridge Inn. We provide beds and food to persons of quality in the Cheydinhal community.
Okay. Rumors? Right?
I understand
Maybe.
the Writers Guild is hiring new members. Not bad work for some folks.
Okay. What about
The Count,
Cheydinhal?
Andel Indaris, is a Lalu Parvenu, but his steward Naspia Cosma does her best to coach him on the finer points of imperial etiquette. Our most celebrated citizen is Raith Lathandis, the famous painter. Speak to his wife, and she might let you take a peek into his studio.
She has an enthusiasm.
Why, yes. I do have a lovely room available for a mere 40 gold a night.
Wow, it's 10 across the road. I am not.
Suit yourself.
Thank you, I will suit myself.
Bye.
Bye. Lovely. 40 though? It's just 10 across the street? I don't know. Suspicious. This is the basement. Average. It's all locked and stuff. OMG. Alright, this is a new one. The Eastern Provinces, impartially considered. And even if we overlook the dubious moral and legal justifications for hundreds of years of occupation of these two provinces, what economic or military benefits can we derive from Morrowind and Blackmarsh? Right? A lot of books. Indeed, a few beneficiaries of imperial monopolies and in the provinces do profit from exploitation of their wealth and resources, but does the empire as a whole benefit? Hardly. The vast machineries of the imperial bureaucracies cost far more to maintain than can be recovered in duties and taxes, and the cost of establishing and maintaining the garrisons of the imperial legion in the far-flung wilderness posts of these provinces would be cost-effective only if there were evidence of a military threat from the east. But no such evidence exists. No army of Morrowind or Blackmarsh has ever threatened the security of any other imperial province, let alone the security of Cyrodiil itself. In fact, a greater threat to imperial security lies in the idle legions that the taxpayer spends thousands of drakes to support. The generals of these legions, facing no enemies or opposition within the borders of their provinces, may look with ambition to the west. With their loyal veteran troops and coffers fattened by friendly monopolists, they become unpredictable political factors in the uncertainties surrounding the imperial succession. If the occupation of Morrowind and Blackmarsh were motivated by idealistic aspirations, perhaps there might lie some justification for bearing the burden of empire. But consider the shame of the Empire's mute acceptance to the unspeakable practice of slavery in Morrowind. Instead of using our imperial legions to free the wretched Khajiit and Argonian slaves from their dark elf masters, we pay our troopers to protect the indefensible institution of slavery. Within the ebony mines of Morrowind, bloated monopolists under imperial charters exploit slave labor to harvest the outrageous profits assured by rampant graft and corruption. Consider the colossal arrogance of our proposition to bring peace and enlightenment to the East, when in fact we have only brought our armies into lands who have never threatened us, and when we have only exploited the most shameful and evil practices we have found in Morrowind and Blackmarsh, simply to enrich the friends and flatterers of the imperial family. Impartially considered, our occupation of the eastern provinces is morally corrupt, militarily indefensible, and economically ruinous. The only conclusion is that we should disband the eastern legions, withdraw the imperial bureaucracies and monopolists from the east, and give these ancient lands and peoples their freedom. Only by doing so may we hope to preserve the fragile ideals and fortunes of Western culture. That was cool. I've read Beggar Prince. That's in Frontier Conquest, Galerian the Mystic, On Morrowind, Gods and Worship, a Children's Annuad. The Real Baron's Eye is such a long book. It's really good, though. The only one I've never read here is called A Less Rude Song. A Less Rude Song by Anonymous. They say the Iliac Bay is the place to barrel around without a bit of apparel on, as advertised in that carol song, a tune that's sung as the west wind blows, about its lovely not wearing any clothes, ladies singing high notes, men singing lows, implying that the most luscious depravity and complete absence of serious gravity can only be found in the waterous cavity of Iliac Bay. If you are the type who is more a sinner than a sinned, you'll find it all in Morrowind. But the truth, my child, is that nothing more wild than an ordinary fashion, kind of slightly mad passion, can be detected, if at all, in Sentinel and Daggerfall. Whatever your odd needs feathered, scaled, or finned, you'll find it all in Morrowind. It's an invention of bards that Bretons and Redguards have more than some stead fund and suffer deviant fornication. For the most of madness, not the least, the wise debaucher heads out east, where your once steely reserve is now merely tinned. You'll find it all in Morrowind. In Morrowind there is sin. But pray do not confuse Dunmer variety with that found in tepid Western society, compared to which it nearly is piety. It isn't terribly ingenious calling it prudery, observing the dark elf aversion to nudity. After all, the preferred sort of ludity in these parts is far more pernicious. From the Ashlanders to the wettest fishes, you'll find pleasure and pain quite delicious in Morrowind. If you find yourself with unkind kinship with your kin, you'll find it all in Morrowind. That a less rude song. Okay. I'll come back to those another time. All right, let's keep moving on. I do want to read that announcement too, or that news piece that the other innkeeper gave me. All right. Goods and stores. Let's go. Maybe I can sell some of this stuff that I don't need. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We've been putting books everywhere. They're both a guide to Cheydinhal? Alright. Borba.
We've got everything the adventurer needs. I'm an old adventurer myself, and I know what's wanted.
Is that so? Cheydinhal.
I'm retired from adventuring, but you might try the old mine they call Rickety Mine out east along the Blue Road. Another possibility in that direction might be Kemen. It's an old Aliad ruin. You might also look at Quickwater Cave to the north. I cleared it out, but I haven't been there in years. It might have new tenants.
Okay. Persuading, bartering back.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Okay. She's got 1,000 money. What do I want to? I want to sell a lot of this stuff. Bear pelts. Sell.
Fine transaction.
Fine transaction indeed. This don't pay very much. Give away 1 shears. Yeah, sure. The warp in the west? That sounds awesome. The wolf pelt. Yes. Should I Welkin stone? I have 7 of these. Do I really need them? If I have 7. How many? 7. Yes. I'm gonna sell these. Silver nugget for 6 gold. Do I not get to sell both? I can sell both. I'm gonna sell the sapphire.
You drive a hard bargain.
Do I now? She's funny. Take this gold nugget.
A good price for a good customer.
Good price, thank you. Alright, I don't need these. Yes, sell 3 for, yep, perfect.
An excellent bargain.
Thank you. I have 14 repair hammers. I feel like I kind of want to keep them though. Assassination. Bone meal. Yeah, let's get this gear. Do I have anything here? Yeah, sell these.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, that's a good deal.
You made a good bit of gold.
I didn't though. Here. You can have
Drive a hard bargain.
that. She's full of flattery. You can have this iron dagger. And I don't want any of this stuff. I'm gonna sell it. I might need this money.
You made a good bit of gold.
Did I?
Made a good bit of...
You made a good bit of gold. Let's go. Sell all this. You never know, right? Ham. I'm gonna have at least a little bit of to keep my Nern roots. No, should keep that.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, it is, right? I like this lady.
That's more than I'd usually pay.
Sure it is. Weak poison of apathy. No, I feel like I'm gonna sell the poisons. Weak poison of cowardice. No, I'll sell these ones too. I'm gonna sell
Fine
these.
transaction.
Ooh. Respite. Just to like keep it going down a little bit, you know? You make a hard bargain. Is it going to become one? Oh my gosh.
Fine transaction.
Not as annoying yet. I feel like I'll save that stuff. Gear, weapons. I don't really know what to do with this. Goblin shaman staff. I feel like I'm not going to use it, so I'm just going to sell it. If someone needs one, they can just come here and buy it. Common soul gem. All right. Keep my books, obviously. All right. Feeling a little lighter.
Pleasure to serve you.
Thank you. It was a pleasure doing business.
Enough talk.
Right? Let me read this guide to Cheydinhal. Alessia Otis's Guide to Cheydinhal. RK, bless my body and soul. My name is Alessia Otis, and I'd like to tell you all about Cheydinhal. The first impression of the visitor to Cheydinhal is of broad green parklands, graceful willows along the banks of the Corbolo, neatly groomed gardens, and flowering shrubs. Cheydinhal looks prosperous, with clean, well-trimmed houses and neat stonework, ornamented with striking designs in glass, metal, and wood. But what lurks beneath this pleasing appearance? Crime, scandal, corruption. Cheydinhal is divided into 3 districts. To the north on a hill is the courtyard and inner keep of Castle Cheydinhal. A road runs east-west below the castle from East Gate to West Gate. The Corbolo River runs roughly north-south from this road, dividing northern Cheydinhal into 2 districts, Chapel in the east and Market in the west. In Market District lie all the shops, inns, and guild halls. In Chapel District are the chapel itself and Cheydinhal's residences. Bridges span the Corbolo in the north and south, with the south bridges connecting upon a pretty little island park in the middle of the river. Though Cheydinhal lies in the Nibinian East, its culture is shaped by the Dark Elf immigrants who emigrated here in the past half-century from Morrowind. Many of these immigrants were fleeing Morrowind's rigid society and heathen temple theocracy. In Cyrodiil, they hope to find the stimulating commercial atmosphere inspired by Zenithar's patronage. One of these immigrants is now Count Cheydinhal. Andel Indaris was of House Hlaalu in Morrowind, but he came to Cheydinhal searching for greater opportunity. His sudden rise into the highest ranks of Cyrodiilic nobility is hard to explain, and most old families of Cyrodiil rightly regard him as a presumptuous upstart. However, the discovery of the Count's wife, Lady Lathasa Indaris, badly battered and dead at the foot of the county hall stairs, immediately attracted scandal, and rumors of the Count's dissipation, rages, and infidelities suggested darker mystery behind her death. The chapel of Arkay in Cheydinhal is poorly attended. The Count sets a poor example. He never sets foot inside the chapel, but perhaps it is from fear of divine judgment that he avoids placing himself under the eyes of the Nine. Cheydinhal's primate, priest, and healer are goodly people and staunch professors of the faith, but the most honoured and respected of the chapel's clerics is Erandil. Hey, that's the guy I met. The living saint of Arkay, a tireless crusader against the wicked practice of necromantic sorcery in the Mages Guild and the Imperial Battle College. Both of Cheydinhal's inns appear respectable from the outside, but the Newlands Inn is owned by a wicked, profane, dark elf ruffian, and the Cheydinhal Bridge Inn is owned by a dignified, devout imperial matron, so I am sure you know which place will serve you good, reasonable food, and which will provide you with a safe, clean bed where you are unlikely to be murdered for your purse. The owner-proprietor of Cheydinhal's bookstore is Ma-Na, an Argonian and a ruder, more disagreeable creature I have never met. Nonetheless, his selection of books is excellent, and his price is reasonable. The poorest of Cheydinhal's residences are bright and clean, with well-groomed grounds, and its citizens think it no inconvenience when you step in to admire their furniture and appointments, provided you do this at a decent hour. However, be warned, many of these residents seem respectable to all appearances, but no sooner do they open their mouths than they reveal themselves to be evil brutes, shocking and rude, and more likely to murder you and bury you in their basements as to speak a civil word to you. That many of these rough, unpleasant people are orcs should be no surprise to you. However, you will not wish to miss the house of Cheydinhal's most notable citizen, the celebrated painter Raith Lythandus. He is often hard at work in his studio and not to be disturbed, but his wife is gracious and hospitable, and may be persuaded to show you those of his paintings which hang on his own walls. Follow the Nine to glory. There's so much to read. This is super fun. What's up here? I'm not stealing. I'm just looking. Don't worry. Don't worry about me. Just looking to see what kind of artwork you have. Admiring your lovely home. Don't worry. She seems a little concerned. She's like, "Wait, what? What are you doing?" Borba's Goods and Store's basement. Got the lovely art on the walls. It's so nice. I feel like I need to find the bookstore right here.
Greetings, Orc. I ran into some goblins in the woods not long ago. Nasty little beasts.
Horrid beasts. I hate the things.
Good day.
Just go away. I don't have time for you.
Time for a Randall, though. Go away. This is lovely. All right. I do want to do at least this. Let's go look for Mana. Makna. Look at them all. Oh my goodness. There's so many. Well, there's ruins. Ruins of Camelza. Mixed unit tactics. Mysterious Akadir. These are all ones that I've read before. But this is so cool. What do you got here? Guide to Chorrel. Mach Na.
Books. I sell books. Go ahead. Look. Buy some.
Okay. Rumors?
There's something about Rockanar I just don't trust.
Classic Oblivion NPCs. Hi, good to see you. Good. Bye now. Okay, quit wasting my time then.
Concerning
Cheydinhal.
this, I can only speak to a friend.
Okay.
Concerning this, I can only speak to a friend.
Interesting. Train. What are you training?
Good that you want to get better.
Oh. Interesting. Persuading what? In each attempt to persuade, you must admire, boast, joke, and coerce. Each of these actions raises or lowers the character's disposition. Do not take too long because the character's disposition is steadily falling. When you hover each possible action, the character's face shows the reaction to it. It can be love, like, dislike, or hate. Their disposition increases if you select a loved or liked action, and decreases if you select a disliked or hated action. The potential gain or loss for each action is based on your speechcraft and how full wedges. Try to select fuller wedges when they are aligned with the actions the person likes. Try to select emptied wedges when they are aligned with actions he doesn't like.
All right.
I don't get it. Start.
Was that supposed to be a compliment? Yeah, I get it. Yes, yes, whatever you say. Blah, blah, blah. What a bore.
Okay, so did I plus...
Good one. I accept. I have no choice.
Okay.
That's a bit excessive, don't you think? You're full of it.
All right.
Not bad. Not bad at all. Don't make me laugh. Don't be silly. Whatever you want.
Okay, I see how this works.
I accept. I have no choice. Not bad. Not bad at all. Don't make me laugh. I doubt you really mean that. Sure, that's cute. You're a big fat liar. I'm not buying that one. Whatever you want.
Okay, this is kind of fun.
You're full of it. Good one. Don't, please, I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not buying that one.
So we can become friends this way. Yes.
Yeah, I get it. Don't, please, I'm sorry. Don't be silly. You're a big fat liar.
Okay, now we're 60. Now what?
Imperials hate Dark Elves. Dark Elves hate Imperials. Imperials hate that a no-name Lalu trader got made into a count. Andel Indurus doesn't help his case by having a prat for a son and a wife that dies in very suspicious circumstances. Our Dark Elves left Morrowind to get away from the church and state, and they don't like it when Imperials get all holy and patriotic with them. Of course, local Dark Elves tend to be money-grubbing, alcoholic lowbrows with little education or culture. Since I read a lot and speak well and don't drink brandy from milk pails, I guess I qualify as an Imperial. But on the whole, I like Cheydinhal's Dark Elves better than I like the Imperials. So, go figure.
Go figure. Thank you for your rundown.
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you. Look at that. Oh, look at all the books. Okay, that's gonna have to be for another time, though. The real Baron Zaya. 4 and 5. Oh, these ones, are they just as long? This one's the longest one. 81. See, 81 pages. Right? And this one's pretty long, but it's only 45. Yeah, I've got some fun recording to look forward to. Thief of Virtue, that's a funny one. Let's go. Oh, guide to Cheydinhal. Okay, I need to stop here or else I'm going to get totally lost on everything. One thing I do want to do is I want to read that note that I was given here. The Black Horse Courier, Special Edition, Emperor and heirs assassinated. Elder Council named as regents. Emperor Uriel Septim VII is dead. At the age of 87, having ruled Tamriel for 65 years, he was killed by assassins unknown. At the same time, in separate locations, the late emperor's 3 sons and heirs, Crown Prince Geldal, 56, Prince Enman, 55, Prince Ebel, 53, were slain by other assassins. An investigation into the identity and motives of the assassins is underway, but the Elder Council, Imperial Guard, and Blades Guard have forbidden the publication of reports and rumors concerning the event until further notice. By ancient precedent, the Elder Council rules the Empire until a new emperor is crowned. No direct heirs survive, and the Council has proposed no list of candidates. Chancellor Okato, Imperial Battle Mage, speaking for the Elder Council, presented an appeal to the Empire's citizens for calm and asked that the people remember the Emperor, his sons, and the Elder Council in their prayers. Emperor Uriel's early reign was marked by peace and prosperity. The Empress Caulavoria bore him 3 healthy sons, was a loving companion to the Emperor, and a great favorite of the people. However, the Emperor and the Empire suffered terribly during the Imperial Simulacrum, 3rd Era 389 to 399, when he was held captive in Oblivion while the usurper Jagar Tharn assumed his appearance and ruled in his stead. Emperor Uriel was finally rescued and restored, and the impostor defeated by the agency of the sorceress Rhea Silmaine and her shadowy protege. But the affairs of the Empire were in great disorder, and Empress Caulavoria, exhausted by her ordeal, withdrew from public life. The decades following the Restoration were once again peaceful and prosperous, but increasing political tensions among the petty states of northwest Tamriel finally erupted in the bores of the Iliac Bays, resulting in the establishment of the modern borders of Daggerfall, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Orsinium, and culminating with the remarkable events associated with the Warp in the west. The latter years of the Emperor's reign have seen a flourishing of imperial influence in the provinces, and with the fortunate resolution of the religious wars and the Vardenfell crisis, and with the rise and firm guidance of King Helseth and his mother, Queen Baranzaya, an extension of high imperial culture even into the more remote parts of Morrowind. The Emperor's murder and the murder of his 3 sons is a terrible crime and a great tragedy for the Empire. Battle Mage Okato assures us that all the resources of the Elder Council, the Legions, the Guard, the Arcane University, and the Imperial Battle College are being employed to bring the assassins to justice. But in the meantime, the greatest tribute we citizens can offer to the memory of our beloved Emperor is to go earnestly and diligently about our daily affairs, honoring the life of the great empire he loved so much and served so faithfully for so long. That's cool. All right, this is a perfect spot to give it a good save. If I can figure out how to do that. Save game. Yeah. Just do a new save. I'll have like a few saves. But that was awesome. I had a lot of fun with that. I am going to go to the main menu. I did save it. And do a double billing tonight. So stick around. I'm going to close the stream and I'm going to be right back. And I'm going to have another game. Thank you guys so much for Oblivion. Hopefully I will be playing this again tomorrow. I'd like to play this one fairly regularly in kind of short bursts like that. So yeah, it'll keep me streaming more often too. But I will be right back. Just give me a moment. You guys are awesome.